The air we breathe here today is lesser in carbon emissions by 6 lakh, all thanks to Mr. MS Sunil, founder and CEO of Hinren Technologies Private Limited. A civil engineer with experience in entrepreneurship, decentralized energy, waste management and solar energy, his deep passion for sustainable development and environmental engineering motivated him to start the company. He also takes keen interest in renewable energy and the economics of development. Let's put our hands together for Mr. MS Sunil.
I don't think I will do much justice to this stage after hearing two brilliant lectures, one from Brigadier Yadav and another from Mr. Shriram Shetty, who suddenly I got to know in the afternoon that he's one of the beneficiaries of one of my installations somewhere in the Himalayas. Nonetheless, I think this talk will be a little more technical than what you thought it would be, because most speakers spoke something other than engineering. I will try to do a little bit of, try to concentrate a little bit of engineering. I will try to make it as interesting as possible. So half an hour, please don't sleep. Okay. See, basically, people call me social entrepreneur, people call me entrepreneur, people call me engineer. As a matter of fact, I'm a just pass engineer. Barely managed to pass engineering in 4 years. 5 stars, 5 failures. I failed five subjects in the span of 4 years. But still I have an engineering degree, so I qualify to be amongst you saying that I'm an engineer. Okay, but I am more, particularly I'm interested in the environment, sustainability, renewable energy, okay, something of smaller scale. Okay, so far I've not worked on any large scale, like really mega engineering kind of projects, but I do a little bit of engineering to the best of my knowledge and try to do a little bit for the environment. And personally, my journey started in Shankarpuram in Bangalore, where we had an old house belonging to a religious institution, and we had a lot of struggle for water. So my life started with seeing actually acute water shortages, and maybe that's probably my first. I do not know, as Dr. Shetty told about connecting the dots. After about 15 years, I joined civil engineering, learned about hydraulics, learned about aquifers, and at some point of time now I've done about 150 rejuvenations of aquifers across Bangalore. So, unfortunately, the well in which I was getting water in Shankarpuram has gone completely dry. All my engineering has failed. But however, 150 beneficiaries, 150 people I could get the water back into the wells. Okay, that's my short story, a long story shortcut in terms of my personal experience with sustainability. However, today I'm not talking much about water or sustainability. I'm not going to bore you people. I'm probably going to talk a little bit of opportunities which exist here. Like particularly for me and you, I'm not very old from you. It's like I am barely 8 years older than the final year students. So I'm trying to put up a ecosystem in which we can work together to make this world a better place. So basically I'll talk about energy, water, what can be done, and I'm not saying I am right. Okay, this is my experience so far, whatever little learning I've done and little experience I've had with people, little experience moving around here and there. Okay, I'm only trying to tell you what I have learned and what I have seen and what could be done. It may be wrong also. Okay, I'm up for discussion, up for debate. Okay, any questions, welcome. Basically, I'll try to talk about what kind of opportunities exist. As Shetty sir said, probably after 10 years, if 40% of us are entrepreneurs, then we can do a real good for society. Yeah.
I'm not Shetty sir.
Sorry, okay. Okay, you are one amongst us. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I am also young. So, okay. No, further. No, firstly, come to the firstly. So, there's lots and lots of talk about sustainability. Let us sustain life, sustain ocean, sustain this, sustain that. We can't sustain ourselves. My wife asked me, how much do you earn? Many times I have to answer these questions. Okay, so sustainability is a very big concept. So this is okay, sorry, where's the slide? Yeah, slide is there. Okay, so sustainability is, I have put in my own words actually based on all the readings and all other seminars I attend. Okay, what the greatest challenge today, as I see, what exists for most of us, okay, is like whatever we are doing today, whatever resource we consume today, okay, both in terms of quality and quantity. Sorry for a little being technical, but try to bear with me. Okay, so both the quality and quantity of the resources what we use today has to be sustainable. So what exactly I mean by that is that both the quality and the quantity of the resources what we use today must not be compromised for our children, for the next generation. Okay? See, sustainability is a very, people talk in big hotels for days together about sustainability. In nutshell, this is what it means. Essentially, proper use of resources where it is not compromised for the future. Exactly. Okay, so personally, what I work on is sustainable engineering. Okay, so I would normally, my topic of the talk is sustainable engineering solutions. So I was of the opinion that this is a more of engineering talk, so that's why I made this. I could have made some more interesting topic, but nonetheless, let's go about it. Okay, so basically, this is what is sustainability. I hope all of you got it. Okay, this is in a nutshell, is the definition of sustainability. And what exactly is engineering? What is that we want to do? Like, if this is the definition of sustainability, if we have already given a framework, okay, we need to find a solution in which all the resources that we use today are sustainable. So we need a tool to do that. Okay, engineering is one of the tools. I'm not saying that's the only tool. Engineering is one of the tools. So today we have a clear-cut problem of the environment. We have a pollution problem. We have pressure on land, etc., etc. Let me concentrate only on climate change and environment. Let me not talk about other problems. So engineering is one of the ways in which we can try to solve a problem to the extent we can. Okay, there are other things out of our control, out of the engineering community's control, but as of today, let us confine to engineering. Okay, I hope my definition of engineering is in line with at least some of you. Okay, though there are big definitions available on Wikipedia. Okay, this is what I want to define engineering as. Okay, if you agree, well and good. If you don't agree, please let's talk about it later. Okay, but or even now. See, in most of the seminars I tell, let's take it offline because I don't know the answer. So in this case, at least I know a little bit of things, so I can take it online also. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, see, do you think this fits into engineering or no? What this guy has done? Do you think this guy is an engineer or no? Yeah, he didn't come from IIT Delhi. He didn't come from BMS College, Bangalore. Right? But he solved the problem of the village. Right? So the analytical ability, the logical ability to actually reason out with something and come out with a solution which can work. See, most of us, like most of the solutions which I do can work in Excel sheets. Not more than that. Okay? So a solution which is workable on the ground. Okay? And if you are solving a problem of mankind, if you make a better process, a better product, an innovation, it's engineering. Right? You don't need to be, like, of course, all great. I'm not saying that, everybody is an engineer as a matter of fact. Anybody who can come out with an analytical reason to solve the problem is an engineer. Okay, so roughly the framework of my talk is about these kind of small things. Okay? As I go on, I'll try to elaborate this. Okay? So basically I'm talking only about two things which I do as an entrepreneur, as an engineer. I concentrate only on two things. Okay? Energy and water, which are close to my heart. Okay, because I work on these things. Okay? With all the talk about booming India, make in India, digital India, everything, India is the best country in the world, but these are statistics. These are real statistics. Okay, I can actually elaborate each and every point for 2 hours. Okay, today as a country we are still a poor country. Let's understand that. As a country we are still developing. I don't know what it is, but today if at all we are to be on the paradigm of a developed country, a per capita energy, I hope all of you understand what is per capita and stuff like that, is about 5,000 units. We are talking about, okay, we'll be on par with Germany, we'll be on par with America. Okay, comparison is bad. Okay, but still, how do you should be some metrics of measurement, right? Okay, end of the day, a problem has to be defined properly. Where we want to get. What is it as a country we want to do? What is it as an individual we want to do? So problem has to be very clearly defined. So that's why I always say, a clearly defined problem is half solved. So once you know where you want to do, what you want to do, or where you want to get, as a country, this is what our aims are. Like we are today in Bangalore, one of the so-called most developed cities in India, our per capita water availability is to the range of 180. Me staying in a very posh community in the heart of Bangalore, I can get easily 180 liters per day. Even in Bangalore, there are people who don't even get 80 liters. Government of India legally gives you a right of 135 liters per person per day. which is not available. Actually, it can be challenged under law. But as a matter of fact, at least we should be looking at, these are our aims. See, ultimately, Millennium Development Goals are fine. Sustainable Development Goals are fine. But what about basic rights? Okay, we are not even getting 135 liters per person per day. After 70 years of independence, after producing India as a matter of, I think we produce more engineers than population of Switzerland. Okay, still the problem is not solved. What is the point of all these engineers? Sorry, I'm not sarcastic, but what I'm saying is, our problems are still going on, right? See, we are not able to see, look at the last statement. If we have to be a developed country, or if the metrics of measurement of a development is about energy availability in this country, we need to be producing 8 trillion units per year. Today we produce 1.7. And we are talking to 700 times increases in the next 5 years. Okay? Possible. So everything is possible on this earth. Okay? But I'm only trying to tell you the magnitude of the problem which is facing us. Okay, sustainability is one part of it. Everything, what all I've listed here has to be done in the framework of sustainability. Okay, without harming the environment, without harming society, without using resources much beyond our capacity, etc., 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 etc. Okay, so this is the problem defined. Okay, I hope it's not too boring. Is it? Okay, so this is the problem defined. But the solution for all these problems have to be under a framework, right? Okay, we have to double, triple, quadruple. What is the next? 5 times more? I don't know. Okay, whatever it is. We have to increase the per capita energy availability by 5 times. We have to increase the per capita availability of water 5 times. Okay, and the forest cover has to be increased from, I think, 13%, 14% in the 12th 5-year plan, whatever. All this has to be done without affecting the environment. See, how do you produce so much power without putting more power plants? Okay, how do you produce more water when there's no water? Ultimately, the only source of water is rain, right? If you don't get rain, what to do? Okay, so essentially these are the problems and this is the framework. See, I'm not talking about the rest of the stuff. Okay, let's not talk about skill, politics, capital, vagara, vagara. Let's only talk about the first 2 things. Climate change is real. If you want, I can go 2 more hours on only climate change. Okay, climate change is real. Okay, let's accept it. If somebody wants to debate it, definitely after this lecture, but climate change is real. I can prove you with any amount of data, any amount of written papers on climate change. I'll be talking a little bit of climate change a little later also. And next we have a target. COP21 is happening in Paris in December, where there will be clear targets for carbon for every country. And it will be legally binding. So all this development have to be achieved within this framework. Okay, so prevent climate change, prevent carbon footprint, other things let's leave for the moment. Okay, so this is the problem defined. This is the problem at hand for the entire engineering community. Okay, I'm talking in terms of energy, water, rest of the stuff it's up to other engineers. So I'm only talking about what I know a little. Okay. So today's paradigm is this. Today's paradigm of development is this. I'm not saying this is bad. Okay. The only way forward for us is that we need to industrialize, right? Obviously, see, tomorrow I cannot say, okay, from tomorrow everybody wears kurta, we'll all walk to college. It doesn't happen. Okay. So we fly, we take trains, everything is, things just don't change overnight, right? The solution has to be worked out in a manner which is practical and acceptable. Like I cannot say from tomorrow NITK will stop all fans. It cannot happen. Right. So the engineering solution has to be workable. Okay, and your energy footprint solution has to be engineered. It is not that, okay, we'll compromise on something. So it's a land of Gandhi. I can say why you need 8 trillion units of power. I can still live in ashram, right? I can drink goat milk. It's land of Gandhi, right? See, Ramdev calls the shots in this country. But see, the thing is, be practical. If you want to drive fast cars in a sustainable way, we need to be producing 8 trillion units of power. Let's take it for the moment. Okay, arguments like, okay, Mahatma Gandhi lived in an ashram drinking goat milk, it is fine, will you be able to do it? That's the question. Like, not everybody can be Gandhi in this country, right? Okay, next slide please. Okay, maybe just skip this up. This is just about, I just trying to elaborate what I'm talking is why it is relevant is because of this. This is a slide not produced by me. I think the source is given somewhere. I think this is gone off. Okay, it's energy outlook or something like that. Okay, and it's not bluffing you. It's real data. Okay, and this is real. This is real. You can just read through. 2014. Next slide. Hottest year so far recorded has been 2014. I'm only trying to make you appreciate that there's a real problem at hand. Okay, because once we understand the problem really clearly, the solution becomes very easy, or rather workable. Okay, I think just go about it here. Go next slide. Skip all this. Yep, I'm just trying, these photographs are only going to illustrate you the magnitude of the problem which we are facing today. Next slide. Yeah, next slide. You can read, these are all published data. I'm giving you published data. I'm not taking somewhere and saying, okay, this is what has happened. It's not my data, right? Okay, see this for a moment. See, most of India lives on wheat. Okay, most of India live on wheat. And 1%, 1 degree rise in temperature, this is what is going to happen to you. And already 2012 we had wheat imports from Australia. When they stopped it, the wheat prices shot up. Okay, and this country with the maximum amount of fertile land available will still import food. Yeah, next slide. Next slide. This is something very just mind-boggling. Now I can talk very clearly about Bangalore, but this is the data available in most websites. The groundwater, because pressure of the land is so much. Okay, we are losing at a rate of 20 feet per year on an average in India. Okay, these are only for 2 places that has been given here, but 95% of Tamil Nadu's borewells have gone dry. Okay, is it why it has gone dry? It's a matter of debate little later on. Okay. This is something very interesting. Look at this, 16.6 million acres of land have been lost due to desalination in this country. I'm not talking about 1 acre, I'm not talking about 2 acres, I'm talking about 16 million acres of land because of poor availability of water. Okay, and of course, I don't want to go about much into data, why, what, etc. But the fact of the matter is, groundwater availability per capita has gone down by 60% in the last 10 years. So groundwater will be a big thing going on, because half of India lives on groundwater, right? If the groundwater goes there, what are you going to do? Okay, the next slide. This is famous picture of Delhi, which you see, sir is from Delhi. He knows very well this situation. Bangalore is no better. God forbid I shouldn't come to Bangalore. Okay. Next slide. This is Allahabad, 2014, I guess. Yeah. Next slide. Yeah, see, this slide is an opportunity actually. See, look at it. See, actually, a job of an engineer is just not to find a solution, right? He has to make sure the solution works on the ground. See, okay, I know how to lay a pipe. I know what is the gauge of the pipe. I know what level it has to be put. But at the end of the day, if the water is not conveyed between point A and point B, I don't think I have done a good engineering job. Because I'll have to factor in all the variables which actually comes in designing a pipe from A to B. In India, this is what happens. I do not know why you have to transport water for thousands of kilometers when you have other solutions at hand. I don't know why you have to put transmission line from northern grid to southern grid. Okay, when the other solution is possible. Okay, so the whole thing of putting that pipeline may be an engineering feat, but is it required in the first place? So we have to ask these kind of questions. Okay, go to the next slide. Now, all good, everybody is talking about Narendra Modi, 175 gigawatts of power by 2022, everything is fine. We have solutions at hand. But ultimately it's all about money, right? How much are you ready to pay for it? Okay, we can convert to renewable energy tomorrow. Say we get $1,000 trillion, everything will convert to energy. Everything is solar panel, everything is wind, everything is micro hydro. We'll put some tidal energy in this beach right next. Entire Suratkal will run only on tidal power. It's possible. Is it not possible? Now, how much will the NIT administration pay for it? Is it affordable for them? Okay, and if actually they put it, the entire grants plus fees put together is going to pay off for them. See, ultimately as an engineer, you have to look at all these things, right? Correct. It has to be economically feasible. It has to be workable. It has to be practical. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's all economics. Bill Clinton won 2 elections with just one statement. It's all economics. Ultimately, it's all about money. True, engineering 4 years is about technical stuff. Moment you go out, hard reality of life, make money for your wife, make money for your children, make money for some social cause, this, that, etc. And end of the day, it's all money. 4 years you enjoy, oh super, finite element here and there, that graph, this graph, all nice softwares, everything is fine. The moment you come out, even in the first job, you'll say, how much are you going to pay me? Right? Ultimately money, so it's all economics, boss. In the practical world, and it's all about money. That's ingrained it in ourselves. Next slide. Now, Deepak spoke about entrepreneurial journey. Yeah, this is where actually I come in and I'm very passionate about it. Yeah, a lot of things can be solved in this country by entrepreneurial activity. Yes, I truly believe in that. If half of us turn to be entrepreneurs, I can sure we can convert entire Mangalore to be renewable energy. I can assure you. Because we have so much talent in this country. We have so much brains in this country. You know, we'll sit for half an hour after this talk. I'm sure we'll come up with 30 ideas. The thing is, most people don't take the ideas further. Ideas just get diluted here and there. But what I'm trying to impress is like, a lot of things can be achieved by an entrepreneurial activity because you truly believe in that. See, you're not doing for somebody else, right? Because you have an idea yourself. And you're like so passionate about that idea. And you say, okay, this is workable. Okay, you know that I can put it on the ground. Okay, the moment you do that, okay, you're self-motivated. You don't need anybody else to motivate you. Right? So solutions automatically get onto the ground. I hope I'm conveying. I'm not that great in communication, but I'm trying to put as much as I possibly can. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of things are possible through an entrepreneurial activity. Creating wealth, or creating jobs, making the world a better place. Everything. No longer you say, oh, hey, businessman, I want to be away. It's no longer that. You know, people appreciate, you know. I come from a very orthodox Brahmin family. You know, when I started my business, my mother said, yaar madhe aagtare. Okay, in my family, no, business was not heard of. And forget about doing business in water and energy. The first questions he asked me is, okay, but I got married with a kid also. So things do happen, things are changing. Okay, it's not that, you know, it's not like Munche, businessman is not for Brahmins, it's only for Baniyas. Not like that. Now it's all about ideas. We don't do trading anymore, right? What I'm talking about business is about innovation, about invention, about something new. I'm not talking, okay, buy from here and sell it at 10 rupees more. That's not business. That's not entrepreneurship. That's maybe a trade. Entrepreneurship is about idea. You know, how do you convert an idea into reality? How do you convert an idea into action? That's all about entrepreneurship. Okay, a disclaimer, I'm not a great entrepreneur. In fact, from 11 people, I've come to 6 people in the organization. I blew up venture capital money. Okay, 2 level 1s are outstanding, but still I'm hanging on to my idea because I think it's possible. Okay, maybe we can take it later on why all these things happen. Next slide. So, because I'm speaking about entrepreneurship, because of the ideas I'm working on, I've been able to do this much. Okay, because I document whatever I do. Okay, so cumulatively about 600 tons of carbon have been saved. Because of all the not pumping so much water, putting up so many solar panels, all my work put together has been done so far, but my targets are far bigger. Okay, and I'm doing on a lot of other stuff actually. I'm scaling up. Okay, my journey is set apart, but this is what I've been able to do so far. Next slide. Okay, so because I'm talking about entrepreneurship, I'll tell you the opportunities actually existing today. If you can look at this slide, in the next slide. I don't want to explain to you about this. This is the simple power of entrepreneurship. I hope you can appreciate this statement. It's not given by me. Okay. So when, all of you know about AT&T, right? AT&T is not new to any of us. So look at that, 109 million cell phone users. Next step, next slide. In actually 2013, next slide. You know who is this person? Founder of AT&T, right? So look at the staggering number. I think the number has just gone off in this one. I think there are 6.9 billion cell phone users today. 6.9. When they actually commissioned in 1980, they thought it would be 9,000, 9 lakh, something like that was there. So the number has gone up by 120 times. Why? Just make it quicker. These are the 4 reasons where one can think of. Okay. See, the thing is, once you scale anything, once you think that idea is scalable, but you have to be convinced about yourself in the first place. Okay. When you can give it at an affordable cost and the quality is high. Renewable energy was working from 1960s, right? I have been working on solar panels from, say, 2004. And 2006 I had my greatest failure because the entire village in which I implemented came for a service call. Some 10 lakh rupees fatak went. Because it was not, quality was not good, simple. Like you don't engineer it properly. You don't factor in some variables. Of course you learn from your mistakes. I'm not saying that, okay, it's bad engineering. Okay, but the thing is, yeah, the quality, the serviceability. Okay, stuff like this, it's no longer, okay, the design works. The circuit is made. No. The circuit has to be workable, the circuit has to be transportable. It has to, there's other factors which comes into the picture. Right, the humidity, the temperature, where it goes, who is going to implement it, is it educated, uneducated. Because I see, sir was actually in one of the places where I have done work. See, in some Himalayan, in some valley 80 feet down. Okay, but nobody maintains the battery there. But my solution is working as of now. But the moment the battery fails, who's going to do anything? Because that's in some remote part of Himalayas where even to take the batteries, you have to hold 75 kgs and trek down 80 feet down in about 60-degree slope. It's not going to be easy. In fact, to even install that, it was quite difficult because we have to carry panels, we have to carry batteries, and in that terrain. Okay, so the end of the thing is serviceability. How you can make quality better. Okay. So, end of the day, if you want to be, or at least to start a business, I'm not saying to be successful or no, because I myself am not successful, so I can't really talk about successful business. But I'm only trying my part of the story. So if you say these 4 parameters, check. But then are you a good businessman? Are you a good entrepreneur? May not be. There are several other factors. Your mother may say nobody's going to marry you, so don't start a business. That's a factor, right? Hey, go to a fancy job, Siemens can pay you 80 lakhs per month, go there. That can be still a factor. Right? There are other factors. This is just I told of this thing, but there are other factors like you should be able to raise enough capital. You should have, you should be able to withstand a little bit of pressure from here and there. Okay, any new idea is going to take some time to get in the market. And mind you, what ideas I'm working are all like very traditional ideas. I'm not doing anything new. Other than a simple 1 or 2 designs here and there, everything is very, very simple. And I believe in, make the ideas as simple as you possibly can. Put as little complication as possible, you're in the game. More complication, more trouble. Okay, next slide. Okay, so I will run through a few slides which can actually show up an opportunity. Okay, like what I do in the water sector, I'll just do in about 1 or 2 minutes. I basically, when I saw water shortages in Bangalore, I said the Bangalore gets enough rains. Okay, technically there should not be any water shortage. Okay, everywhere, IISc, IIT Delhi, I've gone everywhere, where they talk about harvest rainwater for betterment of city, that etc., there's only talk. But there was not a single company which said, okay, I will do it on a commercial basis. So I was the first person in Bangalore to actually say, I will harvest rain for your house, your building, your apartment, your institution on a commercial scale. I charge you this much money, I make my profit, I harvest water for you. As simple as that. Okay, so this is an opportunity, and the opportunity for just conserving water, as Entrepreneur Magazine has put about a year back, it's about $19 billion in this country. You're talking about a market of $19 billion for conserving water and water treatment. Simple technologies actually, nothing great. Because this country has so much water shortage, as simple as that, you're targeting something which is very important. Okay, about energy, okay. Energy and water are very closely linked. That is another topic of discussion altogether, but I'll confine myself to a few slides in which I'll try to highlight you the opportunities in the energy sector. Okay, because this is where more engineering is required in my opinion. Like you require real good thought about how to make it more affordable and better quality. Okay, just a few slides, okay, just for you to appreciate what kind of opportunity exists today. Yeah, you can just read through these slides. These are all slides not given by me. It's all collected from different sources. Okay, this is exactly to tell people, particularly young people like me and you, that this is an area where we have to be in. Okay, where this opportunity exists. Okay, what kind of opportunities we can talk a little later, but there's an opportunity. There's an opportunity in providing clean power. The definition is clear, right? Go to the next slide. See, these are all simple technologies. Next slide. I'm just running through a few slides for you just to understand, like, what kind of things can be done. Like, all of you know about Harish Hande, Magsaysay awardee. You've heard of him at least? There's a company called Selco. It's based out of Bangalore. In fact, he charges them, he installs solar panels and charges them on a daily basis or a weekly basis depending on his trade. For example, if he's a farmer, he charges them twice a year because his harvest is twice a year. If he's a Belpuri merchant, he charges him on a daily basis because that guy earns on a daily basis. Okay? Suppose he's a silk weaver. He wants to work in the night. So this guy charges him like once in 3 months when he gets his money. So this is all innovation. It's not necessarily an invention. It's not a out of the world WhatsApp or any other kind of product. It's just a small innovation in terms of how you are going to deliver the service. You're getting my point? So these are not outside the ambit of engineering. That's what I want to tell you. These are all very much engineering which one needs to talk about. Okay, go to the next slide. See, this is because costs are driven down by, of course, there's some policy initiative, but by and large, because the costs have come down. Okay, look at the amount of solar panels installed from, say, 2012 onwards. What couldn't be done for more than a decade? It's just gone up. I will tell you my personal experience. The first time I bought a solar panel, I bought it per watt 150 rupees. Today, I am getting the same panel, not same panel, better efficiency, better frame, better ruggedness at 40 rupees per watt. In a matter of 6 years. Okay, why? Economic scale is definitely one thing. And more people are involved in this. The scale has gone up. So there are more people who are producing, they can volume market, as Deepak told earlier. It's about volume market. Right? Next slide. This is something which we need to really think about. Is this country worth the name if we still say 300 million people don't have access to power? 60% people still sit in the open? Okay. Are we talking about, sorry about being a little harsh, but are we really, for all we are worth, are we really here to say, okay, this country is a developed country? When 50%, don't even, okay, let us not forget official figures. Let us say 30% of the people sit in the open. Is it a developed country? It's a time for introspection. Right? And this, for all the engineers, we have been able to produce all the technocrats, all the bureaucrats, everybody. And we are talking about trillion economy very soon. 30% still shit in the open. Something somewhere has gone not right, correct? See, government machinery probably is not reaching where it has to reach. Okay, there's probably opportunity for entrepreneurial activity even there. I know of some people who are implementing eco-SAN, ecological sanitation kind of a thing in these kind of places. Like if you further drive up, Gulbarga, other places, the water doesn't seep into the earth. You need to come up with some kind of innovation, right? What will you do if you flush? The water doesn't go down. There's no sewerage network. So you need an innovation. You need something which can throw the shit outside. Correct. What I'm trying to tell you is, see, these kind of numbers still exist in this country and these are all real. I can also give you sources for each and everything. Okay, don't come to Bangalore, I can show people sitting in the open. The capital of the state. Delhi is the capital of the country. People still sit in the open. Sorry to say, I've seen. It's true. It's not untrue, right? Okay, go to the next slide. However, these are all good things are also happening in this country. Okay, these are all numbers put up by Energy World Outlook. Next slide. This is the Gujarat power plant, the biggest in the country so far. Next slide. Small scale activity. Next slide. Next slide. Anybody from Orissa here? Orissa, Rajasthan. Rajasthan. There's a place called Barefoot College, if you've heard of it. If you don't, just Google it immediately. Barefoot College is an engineering college. If you have a degree, you're not admitted into the college. If you have a degree, you're not admitted into the college. And after your graduation, they don't give you a certificate. Because that's an engineering college. They call barefoot engineers. You have to be uneducated, if possible illiterate, to get an admission. And that college has a 300 kilowatt solar power plant. All designed, executed, even the inverters, the capacitors, everything has been designed by those men and women who study in that college. About 60% of them are illiterates, not I'm saying illiterates. The uneducated is different. They're illiterates. They can't even write and read. If at all you get a time, please visit this college. It's called Barefoot College, and the entire college runs on zero discharge. Not a single drop of water goes out of the college. Entire energy requirement of the college is met by the in-house solar energy. So nothing. They're totally off the grid. They grow their own vegetables for the nutrition. They have solar power, they have zero discharge. They completely recycle the rainwater, completely recycle the wastewater. And all the students are uneducated, if not illiterate. None of them have passed class 10. And they don't give you a certificate after you graduate. They say the certificate is useless. Okay, and if they have a certificate, they'll seek job elsewhere. So what they want to do is, after the student finishes their engineering in the Barefoot College, they actually go back to their village or their whatever mohalla and implement the technologies right there. That's the whole model. In fact, the founder of this college is a TED speaker. If you happen to his name, I forgot, some Patak. Okay, if at all you're interested, and at least Google it up. At least look at his talks on YouTube. It's marvelous. It's called Barefoot College. Next slide. Okay, see, these are all opportunities. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The purpose of my talk is there's a problem, there is a solution, there is an opportunity. So how we synthesize is left to us. Okay, I'm only trying to make you appreciate the synthesis. Next slide. These are all not taught by me, Morgan Stanley. Next slide. This is not taught by me, Barclays. Next slide. You can just read through all this. These are all things which are possible. Next slide. This is all of, I don't want to talk hydrogen so much, there's so much energy in the sun, so much energy comes out, everything can be met. These are all talks which you can get everywhere. Okay, I don't want to tell that, okay, we have enough energy in this earth. Okay, this is just for the sake of a slide, that's all. These are all facts. Next slide. See, these are all innovations which one can make. It's not necessarily invention. See, light is there, LED is there. It's an innovation, you know, how you are actually packaging the product. How you are making it what people want. If somebody wants a light just to study, you don't give them a 100 kilowatt plant, right? Because he doesn't need it. Like, you address the market. Okay, there are certain segments who want to read. The Belpuri guy wants just to want to sell, so he wants the light to only mix his ingredients, that's all. So you don't put up 100 kilowatt plants, it's all the energy for you. This is another supermarket. Efficiency. $42 billion is what we are looking at, only in India. Only in India. Just by energy efficiency. If we can make our living a little more efficient, say for example, today I sit in my office and consume 10 units of energy. If we can come out with an engineering solution, okay, which can make it 6 units with the same efficiency, I am in the business. Right? I'm consuming that much less energy with the same output. Correct? So I'm only talking about efficiency. Though we talk about 5-star B, there's enough and more opportunities for all of us to thrive, at least for the next 50 years. Next slide. See, this is one more thing, because I am a civil engineer by training, you know, I am also fond of this energy efficient buildings. So these are completely new concepts which are now trying zero energy consuming buildings, locally designed buildings. Even if you are getting it from outside, some material, like how do you offset that energy? Okay, these are all, of course, I'm sure all of you know about these concepts. But the thing is, more and more of these has to come on the ground. I'm sure all of you read this in your engineering. But the application on the ground is still very minimum. Okay, I'm only trying to tell you that, okay, more and more needs to be done on the ground. Okay, next slide. Another innovation. Firewood burning will produce calorific value which can cook food, everybody knows, so what's good about it? Okay, but making it work or burn in such a way that your pollution is minimum is an innovation. Correct? So there is a huge market, because even 20% of India still depends on firewood. Right? So there's a market, like, you know, how we expand it, how we take it further, how we make sure that, okay, is our target, see, nobody should use firewood, you know, nobody should have problem with asthma. If that is all our targets, innovation has to come. Now, this is actually I've done it in Bangalore. Okay, net metering is a superb concept. It's thanks to of course some good engineers who are working in the power grid, but almost entire India is now under net metering. For example, if KRC Suratkal wants to put up a power plant and they don't need so much energy. They can be an independent power producer. They can sell the excess to the grid. They can get paid for it. Okay? And see, that's clean energy. Right? And now the grid is stable in India to actually take this kind of a thing. Okay? And technology has developed in such a way that we can synchronize the frequencies very easily. It can be done from very, very small scale, an individual hut to a huge building. Anybody can become an independent power producer. Okay, and this can be a potential game changer. Okay, because anybody, and Delhi is paying 8.5 rupees per unit which you sell to the grid. Bangalore is paying 9.56. So everybody can become a clean energy generator. Okay, and potentially it can, if I cover half of India's rooftop by solar panels, I think our energy problem is solved. Technology is very, very simple actually. It's very simple, but it has to be, the detailing has to be very, very engineered, that's all. In fact, I can probably talk about, but it's a little technical, it's out of scope of this thing, but it's being done, and I myself have done it. Next slide. Not told by me, it's International Energy Agency. You can read it. Next slide. This is for you to appreciate one of the richest investor is saying, I want to double my portfolio in renewable energies. So I'm only saying this is a market. Next. Okay, I'll try to end with this slide. Maybe this is the only slide I've got. But essentially, our intervention, or what is that we want to do as an engineer, is like either we come up with some game-changing product. Like, say something, oh, this one, this can generate all energy in this world. Some kind of an some game-changing product. Okay, for example, a wheel. So a wheel change the world, right? So if I can come up with something like that, for example, I come out with a product, like some kind of biochar fitted in that and put it in the exhaust of every car. And the exhaust is absorbed right there. Can be a game-changing product. Okay, so as the engineer, he has two ways of really looking at things. One is he comes up with an altogether new invention, which is very important today. Like a product which can actually solve, a product which is easy. Like I just take it, put somewhere, it produces energy. Something like that. Or an innovation. What I exactly mean by innovation is a process or a detailing. A lot of things they are not detailed very well. Okay, we know things work. Okay, put two wires is going to give you power. But if you don't connect it properly, okay, and if you connect in such a way that the efficiency increases, that's an innovation. So essentially, we have really two paradigms in which we can work. It can be a new invention altogether or an innovation. Okay, innovation is also as important as invention. Like we need better process, we need better detailing, we need better software, we need better efficiency things to work with. Okay, so for example, a calculator is an innovation. It's not necessarily invention because everybody knows how a slide rule works. Okay, so basically, I'm trying, and this is what I have been told. This is what I think of. I'm not, as I told you in the beginning of the lecture, I may not be right. Okay, this is out of my little experience. I'm telling you these things can be done, or this is what I've been doing off and on here, a little bit here and there. Okay, so basically, this was what I wanted to tell you. Okay, hope this was not very technical, or I hope it was not technical at all, and hope it was useful. Okay, any questions, please? Is there, I think slides are over, right? Is there any more slides? Okay, thank you.